Hello everyone, welcome to Sparsha Academy YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about UPSc prelims 2022 key answers and the analysis. So, the first question is, rapid financing instrument and rapid credit facility are related to the provisions of lending by which one of the bank? The answer is option B, International Monetary Fund IMF. Next question is, with reference to the Indian economy, consider the following statements. An increase in the nominal effective exchange rate near indicates the appreciation of rupee. An increase in the real effective exchange rate rear indicates an improvement in trade competitiveness. An increasing trend in domestic inflation relative to inflation in other countries is likely to cause an increasing divergence between near and rear. For this, the answer is option C, 1 and 3. Next question is, with reference to the Indian economy, consider the following statements. If the inflation is too high, Reserve Bank of India is likely to buy government securities. If the rupee is rapidly depreciating, RBI is likely to sell dollars in the market. If interest rate is in the USA or European Union were to fall, that is likely to induce RBI to buy dollars. Here the answer is option B, 2 and 3. Next question is, with reference to the G20 Common Framework, consider the following statements. It is an initiative endorsed by the G20 together with the Paris Club. Option 2 is, it is an initiative to support low-income countries with unsustainable debt. Here the answer is both 1 and 2, both are right. And here comes the next question. With reference to the Indian economy, what are the advantages of inflation indexed bonds, IIBs? Government can reduce the coupon rates on its borrowing by way of IIBs. IIBs provide protections to the investor from uncertainty regarding inflation. Third one is, the interest received as well as capital gains on IIBs are not taxable. So here the answer is option A, 1 and 2 only. 1 and 2 only. Come to the sixth question. With reference to foreign-owned e-commerce firms operating in India, which of the following statements is correct? They can sell their own goods in addition to offering their platform as marketplace. The degree to which they can own big sellers on their platform is limited. Here the answer is only 2. Option B, 2 only. Next question is, seventh one, which of the following activities constitutes real sector in the economy? Farmers harvesting their crops, textile mills converting raw cotton into fabrics, a commercial banks lending money to a trading company, a corporate body issuing rupee denominated bonds overseas. So here the option is option A, 1 and 2. Which one of the following situation best reflects indirect transfers often talked about in media recently, which refers to India? Here the option is option D. A foreign company transfers shares and such shares derive their substantial value from assets located in India. Option D. So the next one is ninth one. With reference to the expenditure made by an organization or a company, which of the following statements is correct? Acquiring new technology is capital expenditure. Debt financing is considered capital expenditure, while equity financing is considered revenue expenditure. Here the answer is C, both 1 and 2. Both 1 and 2. Coming to the next question. With reference to the Indian economy, consider the following statements. A share of the household financial saving goes towards government borrowings. Dated securities issued at market-related rate is an auctions from a large component of internal debt. So here the options is both 1 and 2. Both are right. Next, the following questions are polity questions. Consider the following statements. Pursuant to the report of H.N. Sanyal Committee, the Contempt of Courts Act 1971 was passed. Option 2 is, the Constitution of India empowers the Supreme Court and the High Courts to punish of contempt of themselves. The Constitution of India defines civil contempt and criminal contempt. In India, the Parliament is vested with the powers to make laws of contempt of court. Here the answer is B, 1, 2 and 4. 1, 2 and 4. With reference to India, consider the following statements. Here the statements are: government law offers and legal firms are recognized as advocates, but corporate lawyers and patent attorneys are excluded from recognition as advocates. Bar councils have the power to lay down the rules related to legal education and recognition of law colleges. Here the answer is only B. That means 2 only. Next one is, consider the following statements. A bill amendment to the Constitution requires a prior recommendation of the President of India. When a Constitution amendment bill is presented to the President of India, it is obligatory for the President of India to give his assent. A Constitution amendment bill must be passed by Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha by special majority, and there is no provision for joint sitting. Here the answer is B. 2 and 3 only. Consider the following statements. The Constitution of India classifies the ministry into 4 ranks: Cabinet Minister, Minister of State with independent charge, Minister of State and Deputy Minister. The total number of ministries in the Union government, including the Prime Minister, shall not exceed 15% of total number of members in the Lok Sabha. Which of the statement given above is right? Here the answer is only B. 2 only. Next one is, which of the following are the executive exclusive powers of Lok Sabha? To ratify the declaration of emergency, to pass a motion of no confidence against the Council of Ministers, to impeach the President of India. Here the answer is only B. 2 only. Next one is, with reference to anti-defection law in India, consider the following statements. The law specifies that a nominated legislator cannot join any political party within 6 months of being appointed to the House. The law does not provide any time frame within which the presiding officer had to decide a defection case. Here the answer is only B. 2 only. 2 only. Yes. Next, consider the following statements. Attorney General of India and Solicitor General of India are the only officers of the government who are allowed to participate in the meetings of the Parliament. According to the Constitution of India, the Attorney General of India submits his resignation when the government which appointed him resigns. Here the answer is, see guys, here the answer is neither 1 nor 2. 17-1. Next one is 18. With reference to the writs issued by the courts in India, consider the following statements. Mandamus will not lie against a private organization unless it is entrusted with a public duty. Mandamus will not lie against a company even though it may be a government company. Any public-minded person can be a petitioner to move to the court to obtain the writ of the quo warranto. Here the answer is C, 1 and 3. Next one is, with reference to Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, consider the following statements. Private and public hospitals must adopt it as it aims to achieve universal health coverage. Every citizen of India should be part of it ultimately. It has seamless portability across the country. So here the answer is D, 1, 2 and 3. D, 1, 2 and 3. Okay. Next one is, with reference to Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha, consider the following statements. As per the rules of the procedure and conduct of business in Lok Sabha, the election of Deputy Speaker shall be held on such date as the Speaker may fix. There is mandatory provisions that the election of candidate as Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha shall be from either the principal opposition party of the ruling party. The Deputy Speaker has the same power as Speaker when presiding over the sitting of House, and no appeal lies against his rulings. The well-established parliamentary practice regarding the appointment of a Deputy Speaker is that the motion moved by the Speaker and delay seconded by the Prime Minister. Here the answer is 1 and 3, option A. Next one is 21 question. Among the following crops, which one is the most important anthropogenic source of both methane and nitrous oxide? Here The option is B, rice. System of rice intensification of cultivation, in which alternative wetting and drying of rice fields is practiced, results in C, reduced seed requirement, reduced methane production, reduced electricity consumption. Here the all options are right, so option D, 1, 2 and 3. Next one, 23. Which of the following lakes of West Africa has become dry and turned into a desert? Here the answer is B, Lake Faguban. Next one is Gandikota Canyon of South India was created by which one of the following? Here the answer is option C, Pennar. So option C, Pennar. Next one is 25th question. Consider the following pairs: Namcha Barwa, Garhwal Himalaya, Nanda Devi, Kumon Himalaya, Nokrek, Sikkim Himalaya. Here we must choose the pairs which are correctly matched. So here the answer is 2 only. Option B. That means Nanda Devi is rightly matched. Next one, the term Levant. The term Levant, often heard in the news, roughly corresponds to which of the following regions? Here the answer is option A, region along the Eastern Mediterranean shores. Next one is 27. Consider the following countries: Azerbaijan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Which one of the following have borders with Afghanistan? Here the answer is option C, 3, 4 and 5. So let's go to the next question. 28th question. With reference to India, consider the following statements. Monazite is source of rare earths. Monazite contains thorium. Monazite occurs naturally in entire Indian coastal sands in India. In India, government bodies only can process or export monazite. Here the answer is B, 1, 2 and 4. Next one is, in the northern hemisphere, the longest day of the year normally occurs in, here the option is B, second half of the month of June. Next one is, consider the following pairs. So, Hokera wetland Punjab, Renuka wetland Himachal Pradesh, Rudhasagar Lake Tripura, Sastamkota Lake Tamil Nadu. Here how many pairs are rightly matched? So here only 2 pairs are rightly matched. So option B is right. 31. Ariga Setu, Coven, DigiLocker, Diksha. Which of the above are built on the top of open source digital platforms? So here the answer is 1, 2, 3 and 4, option D. With reference to Web 3.0, consider the following statements. So here the statements are: Web 3.0 technology enables people to control their own data. In Web 3.0 world, there can be a blockchain-based social networks. Web 3.0 is operated by users collectively rather than a corporation. So, every statements are right. So, option D, 1, 2 and 3. Let's move on to the next question. With reference to software as a service, SaaS, consider the following statement. SaaS buyers can customize the user interface and can change data fields. SaaS users can access their data through their mobile devices. Outlook, Hotmail and Yahoo Mail are forms of SaaS. Here the answer is everything. Option D, 1, 2 and 3. Next one is, which of the following statements best reflects the idea behind the fractional orbital bombardment system often talked about in media? Here the answer is C. A missile will put in a stable orbiter on the Earth and deorbits over the target on the Earth. Next one is 35th question. Which of the following is contained in the term qubit is mentioned? Here the answer is B. Quantum computing. Consider the following communication technologies: closed circuit television, radio frequency identification, wireless local area network. Here the answer is D, 1, 2 and 3. Next one is, Consider the following statements. Biofilms can form on medical implants within human tissues. Biofilms can form on food and food processing surfaces. Biofilms can exhibit antibiotic resistance. So your answer is D, 1, 2 and 3. Let's move on to the next question. 38.1. Consider the following statements in respect of probiotics. So here the answer is, let's see the statements. Probiotics are made of both bacteria and yeast. The organisms in probiotics are found in foods we ingest but do not naturally occur in our gut. Probiotics helps in the digestion of milk sugars. Here option is C, 1 and 3. Next one is, in the context of vaccines manufactured to prevent COVID-19 pandemic, consider the following statements. The Serum Institute of India produced COVID-19 vaccine named Covishield using mRNA platform. Sputnik 5 or Sputnik V vaccine is manufactured using vector-based platform. Covaxin is an inactivated pathogen-based vaccine. So here the answer is only 2 and 3. That means B, 2 and 3. Next one is, if a major solar storm or solar flare reaches the earth, which of the following are the possible effects of the earth? GPS and navigation system could fail. Tsunami could occur at equatorial regions. Power grid could be damaged. Intense auroras could occur over much of the earth. Forest fires could take place over much of the planet. Orbits of the satellites could be disturbed. Shortwave radio communication of the aircraft flying over polar regions could be interrupted. Here the answer is C, 1, 3, 4, 6 and 7. Okay. So next go to the next question. Climate Action Tracker, which monitors the emission reducer pledges of different countries, is a, so for 41 question its answer A, option A, wait for a while. It's option A, database created by coalition of research organizations. Okay. Consider the following statements. The Climate Group is an international non-profit organization that drives climate action by building large networks and runs them. The IEA, in partnership with Climate Group, launched a global initiative EP100. EP100 brings together leading companies committed to driving innovation in energy efficiency and increasing competitiveness while delivering on emission reduction goals. Some Indian companies are members of EP100. The International Energy Agency is secretariat to the under 2 coalition. Here the answer is B, 1, 3 and 4. 1, 3 and 4. If rainforest and tropical forests are the lungs of the earth, then surely wetlands functions as its kidneys. Which one of the following functions of wetlands best reflect the above statement? Here the option is A. The water cycle in the wetlands involves surface runoff, subsoil, percolation and evaporation. Next one is, in the context of WHO air quality guidance, consider the following statements. So here the answer is 1 and 4, option B are right. So let's move to the next question, 45th one. With reference to which is sometimes mentioned in the news, consider the following statements. It is a fungus. It grows in some Himalayan forest areas. It is commercially cultivated in the Himalayan foothills of northeast India. Here the answer is C, 1 and 2. C, 1 and 2. With reference to polyethylene terephthalate, the use of which is the widespread is our daily lives, consider the following statements. Its fibers can be blended with wool and cotton fibers to reinforce their properties. Containers made of it can be used to store any alcoholic beverage. Bottles made of it can be recycled into other products. Articles made of it can be easily disposed by incineration without causing greenhouse emission. 46.1. The answer is A, 1 and 3. Which of the following is not a bird? Here a golden measure, it's not a bird, it's a fish. It's a fish. Which of the following are nitrogen fixing plants? Alfalfa, Amarnath, chickpea, clover, kulfa, spinach. Here the answer is 1, 3 and 4, option E. Biorock technology is talked about in which one of the following situations? Here the answer is A, restoration of damaged coral reefs. Recently in news, The Miyawaki method is well known for. The option is C. Creation of mini forest in urban areas. Much needed initiative it is. Next one, 51. In the Government of India Act 1919, the functions of provincial government were divided into reserved and transferred subjects. Which of the following are treated as reserved subjects? Administration of justice, local self-government, land revenue, police. So the answer is 1, 3 and 4. 1, 3 and 4. In medieval India, the term phanam refers to coins. Consider the following freedom fighters: Barendra Kumar Ghosh, Jogesh Chandra Chatterjee, Ras Bihari Bose. Who of the above was actively associated with the Gaddar party? So the answer is D3 only. D3 only, yes, okay. With reference to the proposals of Crip Mission, consider the following statements. The Constituent Assembly would have members nominated by provincial assemblies as well as the princely states. Any province which is not prepared to accept the new constitution would have the right to sign a separate agreement with Britain regarding the future status. Here, the answer is both 1 and 2. Both 1 and 2. With reference to Indian history, consider the following text. Nettipakarana, Parishtaparvan, Avdanashtakata, Trishashtikalana, Mahapurana. Which of the above are Jain text? Here the answer is 2 and 4 only. So coming to next one. With reference to Indian history, consider the following pairs. Aryadeva, Jain scholar, Dignaga, Buddhist scholar, Nadamuni, Vaishnava scholar. How many pairs given above correctly matched? Here the answer is only 2 pairs. Only 2 pairs. Sorry. Only 2 pairs. Okay. With reference to Indian history, consider the following statement. The first Mongol invasion of India happened during the reign of Jalaluddin Khilji. During the reign of Alauddin Khilji, one Mongol assault marched up to Delhi and besieged the city. Muhammad bin Tughlaq temporarily lost portions of northwest of his kingdom to the Mongols. So here the answer is 1 and 3 only. Option C. With reference to Indian history, who of the following were known as Kuladharan? The answer is Sayyids. D. Sayyids. With reference to Indian history, consider the following statements. The Dutch established their factories warehouse on the east coast on lands granted to them by Gajapati rulers. Alfonso de Albuquerque captured Goa by Bijapur Sultanate. The English East India Company established a factory at Madras on a plot of land leased from representative of Vijayanagara Empire. Here the answer is B, 2 and 3 only. 2 and 3 only. According to Kautilya's Arthashastra, which of the following are correct? A person could be a slave as a result of a judicial punishment. If a female slave bore her master a son, she was legally free. If a son born to a female slave was fathered by her master, the son was entitled to legal status of the master's son. Here the answer is all right. D. Okay. So let's move on to the next question. Consider the following statements. Tight monetary policy of US Federal Reserve could lead to capital flight. Capital flight may increase the interest cost of firms with existing external commercial borrowings. Devaluation of domestic currency decreases the currency risk associated with ECBs. So here the answer is 1 and 2 only. Okay. Consider the following states: Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Himachal Pradesh, Tripura. How many of above are generally known as tea producing states? So all 4 states produces tea. Okay. Consider the following statements. In India, credit rating agencies are regulated by RBI. The rating agency, popularly known as ICRA, is a public limited company. Brickwork Rating is an Indian credit rating agency. So here the answer is 2 and 3 only. Next one is, with reference to Banks Board Bureau BBB, which of the following statements are right? The government of RBI is the chairman of BBB. BBB recommends for the selection of heads of public sector banks. It helps in public sector banks in developing strategies and capital raising plans. So here the answer is for this also 2 and 3. Which of the following is convertible bonds? Consider the following. So, as there is an option to exchange the bonds of equity, convertible bonds pay a lower rate of interest. The option to convert the equity affords the bank holder a degree of indexation to rising consumer prices. Both 1 and 2 are right. So, let's move to the next question. 66th one. Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, Missile Technology Control Regime, Shanghai Cooperation Organization. India is a member of which of the above? Here the answer is 1, 2 and 3. No, wait. Yeah. Option D, 1, 2 and 3. Consider the following statements. Vietnam had been one of the fastest growing economies in the world in recent years. Vietnam is led by multi-party political systems. Vietnam economic growth is linked to its integration with global supply chains and focus on exports. For a long time, Vietnam's low labor costs and stable exchange rates have attracted global manufacturers. Vietnam has the most productive e-service sector in the Indo-Pacific region. Here, the answer is 1, 3 and 4. 68th one. In India, which of the following is responsible for maintaining price stability by controlling inflation? Here the answer is Reserve Bank of India, RBI. With reference to non-fungible token, consider the following statements. They enable digital representation of physical assets. They are unique cryptographic tokens that exist on a blockchain. They can be traded or exchanged at the equivalency and therefore can be used as medium of commercial transactions. Here the answer is 1 and 2 only. Option A, 1 and 2 only. Consider the following pairs. Ghataprabha, Telangana, Gandhi Sagar, Madhya Pradesh, Indira Sagar, Andhra Pradesh, Maithon, Chhattisgarh. How many pairs are rightly matched? Only one pair is rightly matched. Not correctly matched. Sorry for the inconvenience. Not correctly matched. Only one pair is not correctly matched. Okay. Next one is, in India, which of the following compiles information on industrial dispute closures, retrenchments and layoffs in factories employing workers? Here the answer is Labor Bureau. Workers means Labor Bureau. In India, which of the role of the Coal Controller Organization? CCO is major source of coal statistics in Government of India. It monitors progress of development captive coal lignite blocks. It hears and objections to the government notifications relating to acquisition of coal-bearing areas. It ensures that coal mining companies deliver the coal to end users in prescribed time. Here, the answer is A, 1, 2 and 3. Sorry, 1, 2 and 3. Okay. If a particular area is bought under the 5th schedule of the Constitution of India, which of one of the following statements best reflects the consequence of it? Here, the answer is A. This would prevent the transfer of land of tribal people to non-tribal people. Next one is 74th one. The India Sanitation Coalition is a platform to promote sustainable sanitation and is founded by the Government of India and WHO. The National Institute of Urban Affairs is an apex body of Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs in Government of India and provides innovation solutions to address challenges of urban India. Here the answer is B, 2 only. 2 only is the answer. Okay. Which of the following had been constituted under the Environment Act 1986? Here the answer is C, Central Grounded Water Authority, which refers to United Nations Credential Committee under the following statements. So here the answer is option A, 3 only. Please note it, guys. Next one is 77th one. So here comes the question. Which of the following statements best describes the Polar Code? So here the answer is, it is an international code of safety for ships operating in polar waters. With reference to United Nations General Assembly, consider the following statements. So here the statements are: the UN General can grant observer status to non-member states. Intergovernmental organization can seek observer status in UN General Assembly. Permanent observers in the UN General Assembly can maintain missions at UN headquarters. Here the answer is D, 1, 2 and 3. Okay. With reference to Tea Board in India, consider the following statements. The Tea Board is statutory body. It is regulatory body attached to the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. The Tea Board head office is situated in Bengaluru. the board have overseas office at Dubai and Moscow? So here the answer is 1 and 4. D. Which one of the following best describes the term greenwashing? Here the answer is A. Conveying a false impression at a company products and eco-friendly and environmentally sound. Okay. Next one is 81 question. High clouds primarily reflect solar radiation and cool the surface of the earth. Low clouds have a high absorption of infrared radiation emanating from the earth's surface and thus cause warming effect. Here the answer is neither 1 nor 2, option D. Consider the following statements. Bidi Bidi is a large refugee settlement in northwestern Kenya. Some people who fled from South Sudan civil war live in Bidi Bidi. Some people who fled from civil war in Somalia lives in Dadaab refugee complex in Kenya. Here the answer is C213. C213. Okay. Consider the following countries: Armenia, Azerbaijan, Croatia, Romania, Uzbekistan. Which of the above members of the Organization of Turkic States? Here the answer is 215. Option C. Option C, 215. 84th one, Gujarat has the largest solar park in India. Kerala has the fully solar powered international airport. Goa has the largest floating solar photovoltaic project in India. Here the answer is 2 only. Okay, 2 only. With reference to the United Nations Convention of Law of Seas, consider the following statements. Here the answer is all are right. So 1 and 2 and 3 only. Okay. Next one is, which of the following statements best reflect the issue of Senkaku Island sometimes mentioned in the news? Here the answer is C. Option B. China and Japan engage in maritime disputes over these islands in East China Sea. 87 one. Chad setting up a permanent military base by China. Guinea suspension of constitution at government by military. Lebanon severe and prolonged economic depression. Tunisia suspension of parliament by president. Here the answer is, how many pairs are right? So here only 3 pairs are correctly matched. Okay. Consider the following pairs: Anatolia, Turkey; Amhara, Ethiopia; Cabo Delgado, Spain; Catalonia, Italy. How many given pairs are correctly matched? Here the following are only 2 pairs. Only 2 pairs rightly matched. Okay. Next one is, which refers to Indian laws about wildlife protection. Consider the following statements. So here the option is 1 and 2. Option A, 1 and 2. Certain species of which one of the following organisms are well known as cultivators of fungi? Here option is A, ant. Next one is, consider the following pair. Set of Ashoka's major rock edicts. Location of the states: Dhauli, Odisha; Yeragudi, Andhra Pradesh; Jaugada, Madhya Pradesh; Khalsi, Karnataka. How many pairs are rightly matched? Here only 2 pairs. Consider the following pairs: Nannuka, Chandela; Jayashakti, Paramara; Nagabata 2, Gurjara Pratiharas; Bhoja, Rashtrakuta. How many pairs are rightly matched? Here the option is only 2 pairs. B. B. Next one is, which of the following statements about Sangam literature in ancient South India is correct? Here the answer is B. The social classification of Varna are known to Sangam poets. Okay. So next one is 94th one. Yoga Vashishta was translated into Persian by Nizamuddin Panipati during the reign of A. Akbar. Okay. The world's second tallest statue is sitting pose of Ramanuja was inaugurated by the Prime Minister of India at Hyderabad recently. Which of the following statements correctly represent the teachings of Ramanuja? Here the answer is A. The best means of salvation was devotion. The Prime Minister recently inaugurated a new circuit house near Somnath Temple at Veraval. Which of the following statements are correct regarding Somnath Temple? Somnath Temple is one of the Jyotirlinga shrines. A descriptive Somnath Temple was given by Al-Biruni. Pran Pratishthan of Somnath Temple was done by President S. Radhakrishnan. Sorry, Radhakrishnan, not the right answer. So the option is 1 and 2, A only. Okay. So let's go to the final questions. Which all of the following statements best describes the role of B cells, T cells in the human body? The option is option D. They protect the body from diseases caused by the pathogens. Sorry guys. Option D. Okay. Consider the following statements. Here the right option is D 213. Consider the following statements. DNA barcoding can be a tool, as here the option is 1 and 2 only. Please read out the options. Consider the following statements. Here the answer is 2 and 4. So I am not mentioning because it is not available here. So guys, here 100 questions of prelims. Key answers were defined. For more information, kindly do subscribe for Sparsha Academy YouTube channel. Thank you. God bless.